Good evening, dudes, because there are no ladies who listen to this. There might be one, but we think it's just a joke. We are back here with the Dinner Table Podcast. We got the food, we got the mics, and really that's all we need. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, it's been a bit longer since the last episode. We've had difficulties. You had a blackout and something else.
No, dude. Great segue, dude. I was actually, dude. Okay, before I start, you actually gave me that segue, like it was a news reporter. Back to you, Tom. It just felt like that, dude. Anyways, but yeah, I could not record nothing whatsoever. That was so. I'll give you a little history class on something that happened in Quebec not so long ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
In 1993, there was something called is it hay? No, not hay. When you know there's like ice that's falling, it's not snow but not grain.
Hail.
It's like the hail, right? So
yeah,
there was
hail.
there was a hailstorm in 1993 that was so bad that all the electricity in Montreal and mostly everywhere in Quebec, all the major cities were affected, and it made it so that during 4 or 5 days, no one had electricity whatsoever. Plus, the temperature dropped, so everyone was freezing.
Damn.
Yeah. And
That reminds me of the Texas snowstorm that happened, like, what, 2 years ago?
No, it was worse. It was worse, because we know the North. We know what cold is. So we got used to it. So imagine if us, people that get used to the snow, get something like this, right? It was that bad. But that was in 1993. Since then, people working, in electricity, and my mom works at electrical company called Hydro-Quebec, which is like the company that's for the province.
Right.
But she's in like the telecommunications, or like radio communications, more into like anything. But anyways, since that hailstorm in 1993, everyone has like learned from that and been like okay, we need to like not do that again. And the reason why there was a big blackout in 1983 is because the hail didn't affect the city, more the pylons. You know what the pylons is? The big pylons.
Yeah, it's the big...
the hail affected that, which means that it's not... Back then, they were not talking about days of recovery, but more like weeks.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it was really, really bad. However, this is not what happened recently. So for those who are in the city of Montreal or Quebec, you've probably heard in the news that Montreal has been in a massive blackout for 5 days. And I lived through it, buddy. I lived through it.
That's awesome.
No, I'm not serious. Parker knows about this because I've texted him while in the blackout. So, it was really... Do you want me to tell you how it started from start to finish from my perspective? Because it was something, man.
Oh, yeah, please, yeah. I'd like to know exactly what went down.
So, at first, I was at college during my class, and there's a big window. We're on the 4th floor, and we have like a big window they could see outside. Behind me, and it was hailing, it was raining, but here during the month of April, like between spring and winter, when it rains but the temperature is around zero, exactly zero, and this is like extremely precise temperatures, the water that rains is water, but when it hits the floor, it freezes. So it's water, but when it's gel. So it touches something and then it freezes. See?
Yeah, it's like an ice storm. Like it's not ice falling from the sky, but it's freezing when it hits the ground.
It's not like you're feeling ice on your hand. It's like it's falling like as water, but on tree branches and anything, it was covering ice. It was actually beautiful.
I had that this past winter. It was awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can see the trees, and like it's genuinely beautiful to look at.
Yeah.
And I saw from my own eyes a tree grow from nothing to just like bare branches. And also keep in mind, trees here hibernate, which means that in the winter they don't have leaves. They lose their leaves. And then in the summer they get their
Did you know
leaves
that
back.
happens everywhere?
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to say.
Why there specifically?
I thought it was gonna cold.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool too.
Okay, that was maybe of a dumbass moment of mine, but anyways,
Yeah.
I saw
please.
that tree grow from what do you call the things when the leaf starts to grow back? But the little things.
The
Little
buds or something.
The buds, yeah, the leaf buds when they start to grow, right? So,
Yeah.
it's spring, and I saw that tree grow from tree branches and buds to completely, like, you could still see the tree branches, but a good centimeter, like, thick, like a good chunk.
Like a shell of ice. Yeah.
Like a centimeter thick, like, I don't know how to say this. 1 centimeter thickness of, like, ice surrounding the tree branch, all of it, not just under it, all of it, 360. And I was like, whoa, okay, that's cool. And I was like, okay, it's gonna melt in like what, an hour and stuff. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna stay at college and see what happens, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, was I wrong? It was rain. Me and my friend we're checking the news and we're like, dude, this is gonna go until like 11 a.m. tomorrow. It's gonna rain in the night. And I was like, okay, well maybe that's just a normal rain, you know, that's fine. Turns out, when I was on the bus, my mom texted me like, yo, we have no power at home. I'm like, great, awesome. And I'm like, oh, what's this? My friend's like, yeah, we don't have power at well. And you can actually go to it. I don't think if you can, but there's a website that you can go, and it's dedicated to Hydro-Quebec. It's called info power outage, and it's basically, it gives you a map of like the zones that have that are currently under a power outage, you know?
Right.
And it's indicated red. Normally you see like tiny spots around the whole province of Quebec. When you open that website, the whole island was red.
It was just covered.
We are talking about over 3 million people, 3 million clients of Hydro-Quebec with no power. 3 million people.
Was that mainly because of like the weather itself, or is it just the hydroelectric generators?
No. Because it's a weather crisis. All of this was due to the weather. And
Was it like knocking down the?
see, so what happened was, since there's ice on the tree branches, it puts weight on them, and you could see like some trees looked like it was a flower blooming because all the branches were like weighted down.
Yep. I saw that happen too.
And so what happened? The branches fell off, and we're talking about like fucking thick ass branches.
And so they're cutting the power lines just like across the island.
They fell on the wires. One fell in my yard. I can send you a video. I have like a 3-video mini vlog of me reporting what happened. I go back home, and as my mom said, there's no power. So I normally enter through my garage door, which has a passcode on it, right? But no, there's no power, so it can't open. So I have a key. So I open my door and I come home. I'm all alone. No one's at home. And my dad calls me. He's like, hey, do you want to order pizza? Because, you know, there's no electricity. I was like, all right, sure. And my mom's like, dude, I was like, we're not getting pizza. I was like, why? The whole sector is no power. That includes restaurants.
Oh, so they can't even make the pizza. Yeah, that makes sense.
There was the only restaurant that was open was one Subway. And can you guess how long was the lineup for that?
Well, if it's the one restaurant open, I'd assume
they ran
it's
out
an
of
hour.
bread. Subway ran out of bread. My mom was like, yeah, they ran out of bread. So I got a pizza sub, the one and only pizza sub that I like the most, with the flatbread.
With the flatbread.
Who the fuck orders flatbreads from Subway?
I haven't heard of that ever happening. They're usually rolls, right?
No, it's not a thing. Usually when people do that, it's suspicious and should get investigated immediately, right?
Yeah.
But now everyone was taking that because there's no bread. Subway ran out of bread.
Oh my god.
And we ate at my table with candles and shit. It felt like I was in like a Viking house or something.
Yeah.
It was and that's when I took that picture of the candle. Remember that picture I sent?
I don't remember a candle picture.
Scroll up on our conversation, you'll see a picture of my candle.
Was that in DMs or is that
in DMs?
Okay.
That was
Oh, right. Okay.
that was right after eating.
the only
and
light I have.
That candle smelled like shit, by the way. It smelled like burnt wood, so it was awful. No, it was really bad. But that was the only light I had for the whole night. And I was like, okay, the power's definitely going to come back in the night. Even my mom was like, yeah, don't worry, power's going to come back during the night, so just make sure you get good, just sleep for now. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
I had no Wi-Fi, right? But I was really horny, so I managed to go on Pornhub with my like shitty data, because the cellular data was overloaded because everyone was using it. So
yeah,
it was
I can
super
imagine.
slow. So I was on Pornhub and scrolling through videos, and it was so slow, bro. It was the worst jack off experience ever, bro. Anyways, I sleep,
Pathetic.
right? I'm like, all right. I'm like, all right. You know, it's just gonna come back at 3 a.m. right? Somehow, and during the night, power's
Yeah.
gonna come back, and it's gonna be super easy, right?
Right.
I wake up at my mom, and the first thing I see is my mom waking me up at 6:42 a.m. and she's like, "Yeah, we have no power." I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Yeah, no, the whole city's out." I'm like, "What the fuck?" It's like, "Yeah, we're going to grandma's house." So, and
What's
I was
grandma
like,
gonna do about it?
so my grandma lives an hour and a half away from Montreal at a place called Trois-Rivières. Like it's called Three Rivers in English. You've probably never heard of it. It's between Quebec City and Montreal. It's like an in between, like kind of on the countryside.
Yeah.
But like it still has a city, but it like you understand. And my grandmother lives there, and they have power there. It's only Montreal that has a problem. The rest of Quebec was perfectly fine. It was like, yeah, we have power there, and my mom was like, yeah, we're going there. Keep in mind that was a Thursday, so I had
Right.
so it was in the middle of the week, and yesterday was Wednesday. That was when it started. And on Thursday, first of all, my brother, who's still in high school, my mom called the high school, and first of all, she couldn't call anything because guess what? It was so bad that all cellular data connections, including SMS calls, were turned off.
Just all of it.
It was only for emergencies. So if you went on your phone at that time and looked up on like the little bars, it only said SOS.
Oh yeah, I know that.
Yeah. And on my phone, which is an Android, it had a little circle with the bar, like saying, no, you don't have anything, no connection. So what they did was they cut off all connections from all phones and only use for emergencies because the tower was overloaded.
Yeah, I'd assume so. Yeah, everybody's trying to get that information, and they still
Yeah.
are going off of like limited
My
power.
mom could not call my dad.
That sucks.
So that was actually kind of epic. They were like, they were both at home, and we were like, all right, here's the plan. We can't call each other or text each other. I felt like kind of a bitch because I had like 5 batteries with me, and I was charging all my Steam Deck, my iPad, and I was like, can I have one? Can I have one? I was like, no. But I gave one to my mom.
Yeah, you are
So-
a bitch for that.
Yeah, no, but I actually gave some to me, like to my brother. I actually gave some to my family. Don't worry. But anyways,
Oh, how generous of you.
yeah. My dad was like, okay, I'll take all the batteries, and I'll head to work, and I'll charge them. You take the kids to your office, and chill. And keep in mind, I did not know if I still had a class because it was a Thursday. It was the middle of the week.
Yeah.
Thursday.
Right.
So I couldn't know, like, do I have class or anything? My brother did not have class, obviously, because it was high school. They constantly like, no school today for the rest of the week. I was, out of all the colleges on the island, the one that I'm at is the one that's still open. It was actually pissing me off. It was like, bro, come on, man.
What was
Can
the
you at
basis
least-
for that decision?
It's in the middle of Montreal. And the power outage mainly affected the West Island.
Oh my god. So they were fine.
Top island. So remember, I told you Montreal's an island, right?
Yes.
So the power outage, figure it like this. Top center of island, like north up, got affected. Continue all the way up to the right, to the left, I mean, and cover all that section is red. That was the power outage. And not only the island, but outside the island as well. On a, like, like a big like it's the city called Vaudreuil, which is basically a small town that's outside Montreal. All of that, no power. And fun fact, since they're on a lower level in terms of topography, some houses there got actually like flooded. My friend got his whole basement flooded.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was awful. I saw pictures, man. Fuck, like, dude, the water was all the way up to like the foot level of like a sofa.
Yeah, that sounds like
That
an
was
actual
bad.
catastrophe.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm saying it was this, all of this is gonna go down in the books.
Yeah, the worst we had in Texas when we had our ice storm was we had all the trees still like knocking down power lines because of the ice.
I believe from what I read from the news, was that the main problem that you guys had with was with the water. A lot of people didn't have water. Yeah.
I don't
They had to
remember
boil water.
not having water.
anyways-
You're talking about the one from 2 years ago? No, I'm talking about
Yeah.
like the tiny ice storm that we experienced this past winter.
No, I'm talking about the big one that everyone fucking freaked
Yeah,
out about.
I wasn't there for the big one. I heard about it like indirectly.
But anyways, sorry, I'm eating my cracker here with hummus. That was my snack for today, by the way. I brought some multi-grain crackers with hummus because fuck, this shit's good. But anyways,
Right.
so my dad and dad's like they separate. They're going their own way. Like, okay, I'm going to work, and you're going to work. We can't talk to each other. We can't call. So they were like in the dark, basically. It's like they shaking hands and be like, we meet at this point at this time, and if you're not there, that means you're dead or something like this, you know?
Yeah. We will meet in
But-
30 days.
Yeah. So my mom took me and my brother to her office, which is basically downtown Montreal, which was Eaton Center, which is basically a big mall. She works for Hydro-Quebec, but her office is inside a big building, which is a mall.
Okay.
So I went to her office, and I actually got to listen to some like confidential like reunions and like Teams, like Microsoft Team meetings
Oh, okay.
of the like really like top secret shit, and I got to listen to it.
At the electric company.
Yeah. However, I did not pay a lot of attention because I was playing Katana Zero on my Steam Deck.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, thank God I charged it, bro, with my battery. I charged it all night, got it all the way up to like 93%, and I was like, good. Good shit,
That's
man.
good.
I got my Steam Deck charged, and that's like my mini computer. That worst case scenario, I could just download OBS and Premiere Pro and edit from there.
Could you actually download OBS and Premiere onto
No,
your
I
Steam
didn't,
Deck?
but I could. But I actually could because it's an actual
could?
computer. I could actually
my
download
God.
Windows if I wanted to. But anyway.
Okay. That's the thing no one was telling me about when the Steam Deck was
Oh
being
no,
sold.
it's open
I thought
source.
it
You
was
can do whatever you want.
good. Okay. See, now that actually makes sense why people would buy it. I need to stop like
Yeah.
giving people shit for buying it now because it's
It's
not
made
just
for gaming, but it's an actual PC. You can do whatever you want with it. But
Right.
anyways, that was only the beginning because now I had to check if I had class. So I'm like, all right, you know what, Mom? Your office is two subway stops away from my college. So how about I just go there, and if it's not closed, I call you because we left the West Island to go to downtown, and downtown they had cellular data, so we were able to call. It was just in my area where we weren't able to. So I was able to call her and text her, and I was like, all right, I'll just go there by subway, right? I go there, and I'm like, fuck, there's class. So I actually go to my class, and guess what? No one fucking notices that, hey, there's a massive power outage. It just goes on with the normal day. And I was kind of pissed. I was like, can we close the school, please?
Yeah, I would be too.
Can we please close it? Like, let me enjoy this, like, catastrophe, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let me go outside in the snow and have fun.
Yeah, well, it was just ice.
Yeah.
And also, speaking of that ice, the sidewalks were covered in them. I could not walk while sliding down, bro. Dead ass. It was low-key dangerous.
Yeah, I'd assume so. Like with
was
that much
low-key
ice,
dangerous.
everything's got to be dangerous.
Yeah. So, and by the way, no power again. We were at the office, and my mom had a constant monitor of my house and the island, and it was all red. No power whatsoever.
Dang.
Yeah, no, it was all fucked. So I go to my class, and then I'm like, okay, you know what? My mom's like, we're going to grandma's. So we're going to go back home, pack all your shit, and then boom, we're leaving. So I was
Leaving, like, just
right
leaving
after
Rome?
on a Thursday.
To go where?
So to my grandpa's,
Oh.
my grandma's, an hour and a half away from Montreal, because we don't have nothing. And another thing is that I was supposed to work this Saturday.
Oh.
So I was like, I hope my boss understands that I can't be there, because I don't have power at home. What am I gonna do? Go to work and then go back to my home and freeze? Like, no.
Yeah.
I need to find shelter, right?
Probably, yeah. I'd assume a situation
No, not
where
probably. You should, bro. It's fucking cold. It was April.
Well, like,
is
think
still,
about it from the boss's point of view. Like, if you don't have power at your house, they probably have power where you're working. So
No,
that just
actually, no. They had no power.
they had no power.
They had no power.
Yeah, so that just doesn't make sense if they're asking
Yeah.
you to come in.
But they got power on Saturday. However, that was one of the small spots that they just got power back.
Oh.
The whole, like, I would say that, like, at that time, so we're talking Saturday, because, Friday happened. I'm at my grandma's house. Everything's going down. We kind of, like, explained the panic and stuff. You look at the news, and oh my god, I actually need to I'll send you a picture right now of what actually, like, kind of trees fell. It was insane. You need to put this up on the editing, all right? It's actually, it looks like something out of Stranger Things. I'm not even kidding. Pull up.
So what I'm hearing is that you still had to go to work.
No, actually, I did not, because I was an hour and a half away from Montreal, so I was like, I'm not
Oh, okay. So even though they had the power, you had already, like, made yourself unavailable.
Yeah, I know. I tried to call, and I was like, dude, like, at least, can you try to understand? And they're like, oh, yeah, no, we totally understand. In fact, she was trying to call you to see if you were, like, you had power and if you wanted to go work and stuff. So I was like, okay, that's good. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, so she understood. So I didn't work on Saturday. And then Saturday, Sunday, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I was at my grandma's house, and yesterday I just came back. And today I woke up and I went to work, and now it's everything normal. So 5 days, I think, no, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday, so yeah, 5 days of no power.
Dang.
And it's not stopping even now. It's a lot less like dangerous and like important as back like when it started, but what happens is that since there's a lot of pressure on those tree branches, when it all melts, it releases that instantly, and since the wood is all soggy, it breaks. So there's even more power outages that are happening because there's even more tree branches that keep falling.
Yeah, because this time it's not just the weight. Now it's like the weight in combination with the fragility. Yeah. Yeah, after my ice storm, we haven't even finished picking up all the branches and like just all the bits from trees that fell down. Like bits bigger than, well, not bigger than, but like half the size of a car are still on the property somewhere. Like that's I understand. It's
like look at this. I'm gonna send it in the group chat. Put this. Look, this is look at this shit.
Oh my god, that actually looks like Lovecraftian horror.
That actually looks crazy. That's that tree that fell. That's crazy, bro.
You take that picture or someone else?
No, my mom took that picture.
Your mom took it?
Isn't that insane?
It's actually like a bit terrifying.
It looks like something from Stranger Things, right?
Yeah, it really does. It's so twisted.
It actually looks kind of cool. Here.
She took a good picture, I will admit.
She just took out a phone.
Very symmetrical, just a tree breaking right in front of the whole like.
Here, I got two pictures.
Street. That's
like,
crazy.
The same. This is like this is the kind of thickness we're talking about.
Yeah, it's literally big enough to where you can see through the ice.
Yeah, but like look at that tree I sent. See how many tree branches it spreads in? Imagine that on like cables. How tangled it is and how hard it is. My dad. You know what my dad did?
What did your dad do?
He tried to cut down. So he had to I'm gonna have to do a chainsaw job because had to cut the branches in tiny pieces. I can put that. Guess what?
Same.
On the day he wants to do that, his chainsaw spark plug breaks. So he can't fucking use it. So I'm like, great. What am I gonna do? So when we were at my grandma's house, he went to a fucking hardware shop and I'm just gonna buy a new chainsaw.
Yeah.
$500, got a new chainsaw, and he was all happy. He's like, yo, I got my new chainsaw, dog. I'm gonna be cutting down wood.
That's great.
And
That's so cool.
when we came back here, he did like he was doing that yesterday. He was cutting down like the big tree branches in like different like small pieces, right?
Yeah.
And we have not a neighbor, but someone in our neighborhood that's actually blind, and a tree fell onto his yard.
Oh.
Bro tried to chainsaw, blind.
The blind
My
dude.
dad went there. My dad went there and he saw chainsaw marks, and he was like, you okay? And he was like, yeah, I tried to do some chainsaw man tree. He offered us help, and he went to go help the blind dude.
Yeah.
Pretty noble of him, so kind of good. But I kind of find it funny how like a blind guy decided to do chainsaw work on the tree while being blind.
Oh my god. Yeah.
But yeah.
Like, I mean, if he's got no one else he can rely on, I guess.
Yeah,
Like,
no. But that was the whole power outage while Easter. So imagine I was not in Montreal. I was fine. But imagine those who were celebrating Easter in their cold ass homes.
yeah. No egg hunting for you.
No egg hunting at all. You're staying in. Not even, dude. The heating did not work.
It just didn't.
You had no Wi-Fi, no cellular data, and no heat.
No, power means power.
And heat here is critical because it is literally the north.
Yeah.
There's snow and shit. You gotta fucking have heat in your house. If not, you're just gonna die. You're literally gonna fucking die out of sickness or out of hypothermia. Dead ass.
Yeah, and I know it gets cold up there, like just naturally.
Really cold. Oh yeah, it gets really cold.
What did the temperature get like
During the winter?
well, during the storm?
Oh, it wasn't not. Surprisingly, as I told you, it wasn't that cold because if it would have been under 0 Celsius,
Then it would have been snowing.
It would have been snow. Wouldn't be a problem, right? It would have been higher. It would have just been rain. It was at a 0. And what happens when it shifts from 1 to 0 to -1 in that kind of spectrum? It's a really thin spectrum. I say spectrum like I'm talking about autism. No, like a really thin space of temperature where if there's water that rains, it freezes on spot with like the cold cement, right? Because it's a city, it's cement, everything. Cements get cold,
Right.
but the water doesn't freeze. So when it gets in contact with the cement, it freezes, or wood, or whatever. And also another thing that people got, the reason why it was all the shock factor was there is because on the weather, the news, they expected the rain to be around 15 to 30% of like I don't know how you call it, the exact, I don't know the word for it. It's like the percentage of like water that's gonna rain. You know what I'm saying on the news?
Yeah.
The weather.
Oh, yeah, I know that.
In reality, that percentage was double of what it was actually is. So instead of being 15 to 30%, it was 30 to 60% of rain.
Ooh.
So it ran like it was a big rainstorm. No thunder, nothing. It was just rain, but it freezed. Broke down. I saw by the way, before going to at the time where I took those 2 pictures, by the way, the 2 ones that I showed. Right before that, I was in the car and I was looking at my driveway and I could see like from the the driveway, I can see like my neighbors and my neighbors in the backs, like my neighbor's yard, and I just saw a tree fell.
Ooh.
Like the whole crack, and it freaked me out. Me and my mom and my brother, we all freaked the fuck out.
I would have been freaked out too.
And I was so worried because that house was like, and I said like, dude, is that the Alzheimer lady? It was like, no, they moved. But imagine if she would still be here, she would like freak the fuck out, like the war, it's the war.
No, they're back.
No, it was that insane, brother.
Dang.
It was a whole thing.
Yeah, I can imagine you're probably just like going throughout your day and you just hear like trees cracking all over the place.
Oh no, dude. When I came back from my grandpa's house, it was like looking back on like a post-apocalyptic world. You were just like driving the streets you saw like trees broken everywhere, house with holes in them, that like the
Dang.
wires down. It felt like you're walking through a ghost town.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to like see this, right?
Oh, I do. I have such an appreciation for like the rare
Yeah, it was
weather
awesome, but
circumstances.
also kind of like, shit, this is real, dog.
Yeah, because like the roads were so icy when I was going through mine, and we didn't really like go out, leave the house that often. We had everything we needed in trips, like rare ones. It was just.
Here,
I wish I went to my
uploading
downtown.
I'm uploading the 3 videos that I took, like the mini videos that I took. If you want to watch them real quick,
Yeah.
but it was something, man. That was pretty much the only thing that the main thing that happened to me though this week. What about you though? What happened? Anything that interesting happen?
Anything that interesting happen? Well, like nothing like on the outside. I had Easter and like we did some stuff for that. I could talk about the things that happened, but I'll be honest. I could mention the
Yeah,
thing.
how was your Easter? I want to know how.
Oh yeah,
was your Easter?
Easter was good. It was like 2 days before that my mom was like, "Okay, are we doing eggs this year? Like egg hunting?" And I'm like, "Okay, am I too old for
We
this?"
did not do that.
Like I'm like 20, and like my sister and brother are very much younger than me. Does it make sense for me even to do it? And she's like, "Oh no, you know you want to do it." So I ended up.
You ended
joining
up
in.
doing an egg hunt?
Yeah, I did it last year, so I guess I'll join in this time. But I didn't make it competitive. I just kind of walked around and, you know, I made it competitive when I wanted to mess with Quinn, because he would. Okay, so there was like 1 egg left, and my mom was like, "Okay, warmer or colder?" And I'm like, "Oh, there it is." I point in the opposite direction to fake out Quinn, and I grab it. He was really mad.
Dude, that's awesome. That's a genius move, bro.
Yeah, I think I did that like twice. It was really cool.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah. But we did
My
that.
my Easter was not an egg hunty Easter at all.
No,
It was more of like eat a fuck ton of food.
Eat a fuck ton of food to conserve the warmth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun fact: I called my mom. I talked to my mom. I was like, "Why are we celebrating Easter? I'm not Christian."
Well, it's still a holiday. Like non-Christians celebrate Christmas.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But besides Easter, anything else happened? Not
I've
much.
just been chilling. I've been listening to some music. I've been doing studies. I on Wednesday when I had to go to class, I dropped Quinn off, came back home, and I fell asleep until noon. Which
Oh yeah, you said that you missed class because you.
I
fell
missed
asleep.
2 classes because I slept in through 2 classes. I was supposed to be there at 10, and I got there at what, like 1. I got there at 1, and oh jeez.
Were they
I
like
was-
online classes or like you have a teacher?
I don't do online classes. Those do not work for me. I do in person. Yeah. No, I tried online classes back when COVID first hit, when I was in California. It just doesn't
In
work.
college or high school?
High school and then college. It was
Okay.
yeah, it was the
I
bridge
believe
between
that
those
online
years.
classes on college must be pain, but for me, online classes during high school were awesome.
Yeah, like it's high school classes are taken less seriously than college, so
Of course.
you could have more fun with it, and it's a bit more flexible since people
Dude,
have done it before.
ironically, dude, sorry, but unironically, online classes made me got into Destiny 2, bro, because I was playing while the teacher were talking.
Oh my god, if
I
it
was just
weren't
playing Destiny 2, bro. At one point,
it
I was
weren't
even
for COVID, you'd be in
streaming
online
while I
today.
was in class.
Oh wait, no, I was thinking of Warframe. No, yeah, Destiny 2 is an okay game.
Oh
from what
no, I
heard.
do not play Warframe. Warframe.
No,
sucks.
I get those 2 confused all the time. It's very similar aesthetics in my head. Like someone says
just
Destiny 2
one's-
and I get
one's
angry.
actually
And then
good and the other's just dog shit.
yeah, like I get it confused when people talk about playing Destiny, and I'm like, you play Warframe?
It's like people say like, you play Overwatch? No, Paladins.
Nah. Actually, I don't even really like both of those games. I think Paladins is weird, but Overwatch I play because it's got a good
Overwatch
player.
is good, but Paladins is just the worst.
Overwatch is an interesting game. It suffers from like constant ranking and constant need for balances because having like character-based multiplayer.
Well, that's what
sucks.
having a game that's like mainstream does. And that's not just for Overwatch. That's basically like Apex suffers from that as well. A lot of rebalance every time.
Well, I don't think that's because it's mainstream. I think that's because it's like it is a multiplayer shooter that has classes, it has heroes, it has like different abilities per the one you pick. So there's always going to be a meta gaming. You know, I've seen people talk about this. It even applies to.
I hate that word, by the way. Meta gaming. I fucking hate that word.
Well, I just hate the word meta in general. But there's parts where it applied even before.
Word. I don't even. When Zuckerberg invented that shit and put that into our brains, I was like, that sucks.
I hate how he like it was a word before then. Meta, it was a word before he
meta
existed.
That was actually
but
decent.
It still
was
sucks.
Meta Runner, which is an anime made by SMG4. It was actually. Oh, he fell the fuck off. But back
I've heard that
then,
SMG4 fell off recently.
But that was the only time I heard the word meta. And now it's even worse because of the metaverse and like the meta gaming shit and.
It's just if there was a better like definition or no, if there was a better type of example to tie it to, then it would be less of a cringe word to use. But every time someone brings it up, it's like,
adults, they're like, fuck, this is such a shit word. I'm like, unironically, I agree with you. Top 10 worst prefixes.
Top 10 worst words of the 21st century.
Meta.
Yes, gosh.
Just cut to the meme of Zuckerberg. Yep, that's awesome.
Meta.
Good job, guys.
That's awesome.
Good job, team.
Gosh. Good job. Oh, I've been as you've seen before when I sent you that message, I've been working on something with Deeps.
Oh yes, tell me about that.
So
do you wanna do you wanna hide it or you're okay with revealing it? Is this the first
he literally he literally tweets about it like so much, but without directly saying it. Like his Discord status was 10% done. He's like people who care should know that something is coming, but they shouldn't care.
Something is cooking.
Something's not cooking. Yeah, so we're doing some. It's fun. But it's a cover album and we're having fun with it.
Are you doing all the tracks from Igor?
We're doing all the tracks, and we're just both big fan. We're both fans of Tyler the Creator. We geek out with each other, and we saw the potential to just like. I think he said, like in a Discord call, "Yo, we should cover Igor," and like, yeah, let's do it right now, or something like that.
Unironically, that album cover you did is fucking sick. I saw that on Twitter. I was like, holy shit, that is so simple but so awesome at the same time.
Oh, well, first off, it takes the reference of the actual album cover from the original, but Deeps is the one who made it, and he's been doing...
Oh, he's the one who made... I thought it was you.
No. He's been making, like, he's been making adaptations of Tyler, the Creator album covers for a while, just, like, with his face on it, and then, out of the blue, makes one for me, with that profile, with the one of me, the picture of me, in that photo you saw, because I was wearing those sunglasses on with my camera on in a call, and he said, "Dude, you look like Igor," and then he made that, and that's how it all started. I think that's one of the ways it started. There were events leading up to this decision.
Hey man, like that, that's awesome, bro. Like, keep it up. I'm actually. Are you guys actually gonna? Where are you guys gonna release it? SoundCloud?
We'll put it on his SoundCloud because he's been doing some reposts on there, and he kind of has this thing going, and it'll be cool.
I assume it's gonna be cool. I'm actually excited, dude.
Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah,
Dude, the first major cover album of Tyler the Creator.
the first and the only good one. The only good one.
The good one. And I like how he put the little thing, all songs covered, what he said, what's the caption?
He said all
under
covers, song mixed and ruined by Deeps and Parko Mola.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All songs are ruined.
Yeah, it's very cool. We're having fun with it. I think I've been thinking a lot into like the whole thing in itself. I've been saying I wanted to make music for a while, but I have little to no experience whatsoever with it. So in a sense, doing this for fun might be like my doorstep into learning, like getting interested in learning more about music.
Of course.
Yeah.
You know, you don't just end up like me, who even me has a lot of I'm not a producer. You know, I'm a musician. And in fact, it's a good thing you talked about this, because I've been wanting to like talk about this a lot. Personally, I think that rappers and hip hop artists are incredibly talented people, right? They can come up with verses and lyrics, and I respect them.
Yes.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
But I don't consider them musicians.
Why? Because that's like as a genre of music, it
is. They're making it. It's a genre of music. But to me, a musician is someone who plays instruments.
Okay, if that's what you mean, yeah.
Yeah, so to me, that's why I kind of like Tyler the Creator more, or Baby No Money, because these guys, they're actually producers. They make their own music. I respect rappers, you know, who make their lyrics. Like, God, they're poetic.
Okay, so
shit,
I see
right?
what you mean, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
maybe not the best words to explain, but you get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, I get what you mean, but production isn't like knowing an instrument. It is like... it's
Tyler
working.
knows how to play piano.
Yeah, he knows.
Tyler
Yes,
knows how to play piano,
he's a musician.
That's what
but
I mean.
Because the music genre has like expanded and we got all this technology, we've broadened the term for when you do join it to being an artist in the genre.
They are artists. I'm not saying
they're artists. They just may not
but,
be musicians.
To me, musician also ties with the fact of musical, like music theory. You at least need
they still apply it.
No, you don't need music theory, by the way, to make music. I know a bunch of people who don't, but you get inspired from it, and you have a decent, at least acknowledgement of what music theory is. Because a lot of rappers, they're like super billionaires, and they make their music, and they don't even know what music theory is, and that's great. No problem there. You do whatever you want. But a musician would have like, okay, like chord progressions, you know, what are they, right? Oh, what is a riff? A guitar riff, or a, you know, a drum roll, you know, some basic things like that. Make it so that when you know that kind of stuff, for example, like Tyler or Baby No Money, they produce their own shit. They make their own beats.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing, is what I'm saying. It's not like they're just spamming a keyboard until it's good.
I will argue, though, that music theory can apply to production, I suppose.
It does.
Like,
I'm not saying it doesn't.
Yeah.
It does. It does. It's just that for some people, they don't even look at the production. They just write songs on the paper. They use their art to write songs on the paper, but they don't even, they're not in front of the computer making the music. They're just singing. See what I'm saying? They're singers.
Oh, okay.
Rappers are more singers.
Yeah,
They're
but they
artists.
also, like, traditionally will produce their own stuff most of the time. Like, and make their own beats. But
not a lot of music.
I could see what you mean, like, when it comes to those...
Beat makers, beat makers is a thing for a reason, you know, because people don't want to do their own shit, so they just hire people to make beats, and that's it.
Right, yeah. Yeah, that is very popular.
It is a lot of people, which I think that's kind of sad, because it's like, do it your own way. Like, don't hire someone. Like, I don't get the reason why you would hire someone else to do your art. It's your art, not his. Why would he do it?
Well, some people
you?
just have the voice, and that, like, it just goes to them as the name.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Like, the fact that some people only have the voice. I cannot really say, as much as I talked about this, I'm not really a big example or a big, like, oh, you should refer to me as like an example, because I don't listen to a lot of rap. I'm completely in a different genre that unfortunately isn't really popular, but I mean, I can't change that. It's what it is.
Yeah.
I play guitar and I play drums. See, people in the hip hop world, it's not really popular to play instruments because it's all digital. See?
Right.
Understand? Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of it is digitized. Yeah.
For me, the only thing that I will probably do as producing is gonna be mixing. That's it. Because when I come up with music, I'm not like, oh, what if I add this or add this sound? It's like, no, okay, I put like a drum
It's
beat,
mostly
and
instruments
then
in
I
that.
start playing guitar, and then I immediately start playing it. Oh, I got this cool riff, and then it goes like, dan, 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 dan. That's cool riff.
Are you
And then I
doing the
go
Mario
on from
theme?
that. No, that's not the Mario theme.
Okay.
But
I do
yeah.
want to contrast what you, well, not contrast. I don't agree that most rappers don't know music theory. Like I know some that just I know of a few that just don't know any instruments.
All of them.
No,
some do.
Some,
but most of them.
most of
I'd
them.
say
Yeah,
the
I don't agree that
majority of them.
most. Yeah.
Like I'm just gonna say I have I have no doubt that Lil Pump has no fucking clue what how to play keyboard or some shit like that, right?
Well, I don't know who Lil Pump is, so I don't really like.
He's a big rapper, or like Lil
I've heard
Baby,
of him.
or all these, or like maybe not Blueface, but like people like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But like,
But hip hop are like Tyler.
no,
the
I
Creator.
see
That
where you're
guy
coming
is-
from. Yeah,
That's why I
he's-
kind of respect him. I don't listen to him, but I like him. I love his art and shit. That's amazing. He's so good.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't like his music, but I clearly see why people would like his music. Cause this guy, he won a Grammy for a fucking reason.
Well, he won too.
He won 2 actually. That's right. He
Yeah.
won 2 fucking Grammys, and that was like insane.
Yeah, he's a widely
Or like
respected
even go back
producer.
in the time, Dr. Dre. That guy, he's a producer. He knows what he's doing. He, you know, he plays music and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, but
That's actually the sentence. People who play music.
Yes, yeah.
Play-
But I see what
play
you mean,
music.
because like when you look at the genre of like rap and hip hop, you can join it you can like get into the genre without knowing any instruments. You can just sit at a
you know
computer and
anything.
get
You're
into
like,
it.
"Oh, I
That's
like
why
this
SoundCloud
sound."
rap is so popular, because it's literally
Yeah.
the most like it's where all the amateurs go and like get popular. That's how that's how Lil Yachty started. I think I remember.
Yeah.
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 And
Sins
Baby
as
No
well.
Money and all these other people, even though I don't really like talk about Baby No Money. He's a meme rap. He's like the outlier of the genre, I will admit. Like
do you
he's for
mean?
people who don't listen to rap.
Oh, clearly. I would say
Yeah.
he's a rapper, but he's more of a hip hop singer, I would say. He makes
Yeah.
good music. And I kind of need to support him because he's from Vancouver, and I'm like, all right, that's kind of cool.
Oh, yeah, gotta love
He's-
nationalism.
gotta love my country boys. You know what I'm saying? But I like him. If we're gonna talk about Baby No Money, I don't like him just because of his music. I just like him as a person because this guy's like fucking funny as hell. Like
got
he has
good
a
tweets.
bunch of he has banger tweets and like his weird obsession of boobs.
It's no. It's just
He's
that
like,
is the
"Where are
internet
boobs?" And
raising him.
he's like, where are the boobs? And he's looking at a Minecraft field.
Yeah, like the what is that, Sparta?
He used to stream when COVID hit in 2020. He was a streamer on Twitch.
Yeah, I know. He did
So
gaming.
that's why that's why I kind of like him, because he's this funny guy, you know. I
Yeah.
went to see him live actually, and this is kind of why like I like him more than like any other rappers, because yeah, you're going to shows, yeah, you're like, oh yeah, that's my favorite track, I like this track. But he said something in an interview once that was actually kind of real, and he said that a lot of shows these days, they're not fun. They're cool, but you don't have fun. You don't laugh. You don't enjoy the time there. You're just enjoying the music, and that's it.
No, yeah, that's the gist of it. Like,
So what he did was like he brought vegetables and threw it at the crowd. He brought a cookbook and gave it to someone. Who would do that? You know, it's not related to the music at all. Not related to the album or whatsoever. It's just fun or funny.
well, maybe it's not like the fun factor, but a lot of concerts are just like it's
It adds
it's not
originality,
interesting.
is what
Yeah,
I'm
there's more
saying.
originality to it.
It adds originality, which I think
Yes.
is plenty awesome, and a lot more people would do and
Yeah.
need to do.
I follow some artists on
again,
Twitter who've been
Tyler-
saying like the same
Tyler
thing.
did the exact same thing. I don't know if it was was it for the Grammys or the Oscars? I can't remember, but he did a live performance once. And God, that live performance was
Was it
so
the one
good.
with Boyz II Men and all of those
He
backup
had the
dancers in
wig.
the same?
He had the
Yeah, that was the
silver
that was
wig.
silver. It's blonde. But it is that was New Magic Wand. He was performing at the Grammys.
At the Grammys, yeah. That was amazing, dude.
It was a great set. It was a very good, all of it. Boys to Men feature, peak. It's very cool.
Yeah, it was fucking amazing, dude.
Yeah, I liked it. But like you look at the camera panning to the crowd, and some of them are just kind of like sitting there, kind of smiling awkwardly because they don't understand it.
Yeah, that happened, like that kind of thing where during the Game Awards at like the 2019 Game Awards, Green Day was performing live.
They had Green Day at the 2019
Yeah, they had Green Day, but like it's like a punk band, right? And they were all adults with their suits and everything, so they were like, get the fuck up your seats, and everyone was just clapping, but they were still sitting down.
Oh my god.
It was so funny, and that's unironically how I got into Green Day. I'm not into Green Day anymore because they've kind of switched to pop, and that fucking sucks. But their older albums were kind of good now.
Yeah, I've heard good stuff about their older albums.
Yeah, their older album is good, like Dookie, and maybe maybe Uno. But besides that, not much, not much of a good stuff there. But yeah. Music,
man. Yeah, it's crazy,
man. It's crazy, you know.
Yeah.
Thank God I'm in a band.
Thank God.
I actually, speaking of which, I released a unreleased song. Well, it's kind of weird to say that, but like I released an unreleased song, but that's what it is.
You could call it a demo.
No, because it's not a demo, because we're not going to retouch it. Demo is usually when people are going to retouch it in the future. We're not going to retouch that song.
Okay. Yeah.
But I released a song from me and Lucky Seafood.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a song that would go on a album, our final album.
You mean your second album?
Yeah, the second one, but the final one, because we did a bunch of singles.
Right, yeah.
A short and sweet ending to our short journey on the online band kind of thing. Well, at least to me. I don't know if he wanted to stop it, but to me, it would have been a great send-off.
Does he know that you wanted to stop?
Yeah, we've talked about it.
Okay.
Around,
what was the decision behind that, actually?
Time. And the fact that I also have an IRL band now. And also the musical differences. He's more into, like, So, Colton, if you're watching this, I'm not in, like, I just want to say, like, I'm sorry or something. I don't know. Like, I said thanks, Colton, in my description, but, mainly, it's the fact that, you know, we don't play music exactly the same.
No,
we both like the same shit. The music we like too is awesome. Like, we share the same kind of interest. But we both play guitar. But it's kind of hard to say, but the best way I can explain it is the way I can play the guitar is more traditional. It's more like old school, like 90s, 80s band. And that's kind of like what I like. The way he plays guitar is the more producer-like. So he's like put on the metronome, like 1, 2, 3, 4. Does like a four. He does 4 bars and then stops recording.
Okay.
It's more recent. You know, he only plays what needs to be played. If you know what I mean, on like the recording software. Because he makes the music, he produces it. I don't produce it. I just play in a band. You know what I'm saying? It's different. He produces while we compose, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get it. He is a bit of a producer.
And he's doing great as a producer. That guy is fucking awesome. Like, again, Colton keeps saying this, like, oh no, you did stuff. Seafood allergies are another of the reasons why I kind of wanted to end. It's not a sad reason or a happy one. It's Colton is amazingly good at what he's doing. He's an awesome music producer. Mm-hmm. Right? His music is fucking amazing. And when we made a band together, we both wanted to be in a band for no reason. Let's do a band. Screw it. We didn't know where we were going, so we made an album we made an album to start. And looking back at that album, it is unironically so mid. We made so many better songs than what we did.
Right.
But we started the band, and then whenever we were making music, it was always him on FL and me just watching the stream. And all I could do was either send my lyrics or drum. That's all I could do.
I remember you telling me he did a lot of the production.
He did most of the productions, and all I did was help. And that's kind of how I felt. I felt like I was like, look, we make amazing music, but I don't feel like I'm making a lot. You're making a lot of this, and that's okay. You're the one that is better. I'm not good at producing. I can't open FL and just start making shit. I don't know how to do that.
Right.
I play music. I don't produce it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
And Colton is the opposite. He produces it, and he does an amazing job at it. And so back to where I was saying, that final album, that Send Off, was supposed to be a 3-track EP, and one of those tracks, we never got to work on the 2 other, but we actually managed to finish one of them, which is the one I released, and it was called Lab Rat, which I think is pretty good, but again, it's not not hip hop at all. It's not rap. It's grunge, punk, and probably even emo a bit. I'm not emo, by the way, for the record.
The EP, I assumed.
Yeah. But it was kind of like that kind of feeling. So it's not for everyone. All right, this is not for this kind of community. Well, I don't know. Maybe people listening and they're like, "Oh, this song is amazing, though." But yeah, we released it. Did kind of a soft editing on it. Really, really soft editing. Added subtitles and everything, and that was pretty much it. And I just did a rough album cover. I showed him the picture, and he was like, "Yeah, sure, let's use that as an album cover. That's sick." And released it.
Right.
And that was the funny enough, that was a track I found on my phone. I was like, yeah, I forgot we made that. I'll just release it because it was done. It was just sitting on my phone.
Right.
I had nothing else to do. But yeah, I'm excited to make music again. And even though Seafood it's not over yet, but it is it's an ending phase.
Yeah.
It is ending, but it's not over. Right? There's still some stuff that is gonna come out. I wouldn't say soon. For all Seafood fans out there,
all 9.
music is coming, not soon, but we are taking our delicate time with this.
Yeah.
Because we have personal lives as well, so that kind of infringes stuff. But
Oh,
right now I'm more focused. Because I know it sucks, man. But
Yeah.
right now I'm more focused into the actual band that I'm in, IRL, which I have a jam session this Friday, and they're awesome, dude. I cannot tell how awesome they are.
Yeah.
They are so cool. They're so fucking cool. I'm honestly like not even joking. My band members, they're so fucking talented. We have 2 guitarists, 1 bassist, and me as I'm the drummer.
I've heard.
And I'm not gonna say more, but on top of that band, there's also another one that I'm trying to cook up with, like another duo with an actual IRL person this time, and this is gonna be entirely me and this guy, and I don't want to say more, but it's gonna be awesome.
Multitasking the hell out of it.
Oh yeah, no, it's gonna be more of like this groovy-ish music.
Okay.
I don't want to say more. He is a producer, but he also plays live.
Okay,
so he does play like drums, bass, and keyboard and everything and stuff like that.
And it's someone you know IRL, so that's the big benefit.
Actually, because I put flyers, and he reached out to me. He was like, "Yo, man, I saw your flyer. Let's do it."
Well, it's someone you will know IRL.
Oh yeah, I follow him on Instagram and everything. So,
right.
Yeah, I have messaged him.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that seems like you got some good stuff that you're gonna be working on.
Yeah.
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 Can't wait to see it.
Yeah, it's gonna be actually awesome, and like I cannot wait when I'm just gonna get my hands on my vinyl and be like, I made this thing.
God, I gotta research how much it costs to like make your own vinyl. That's gonna be a
Not
Google search for
much
me.
because it's a contract. You sign it.
Oh yeah, right. You said just
You
a
sign
contract. I
contracts,
thought you
you
meant
don't
like
buy 'em.
handmade for a second. I was like, no.
Oh, fuck off! I don't want to buy a
No,
vinyl
no,
press,
no.
bro.
Yeah.
Holy shit! You have to melt the vinyl, have a press. I don't.
Yeah.
See, this is the kind of thing I like about that as well, is that with this band that I'm in right now, it's more old school. You just jam with the band, and then you go to a recording studio, the guy's there, and he does the job for you.
Yeah, like traditional punk stuff.
Yeah, not just punk.
Well, like
Jazz,
traditional rock bands.
band.
Yeah, traditional band
yeah,
stuff.
Band stuff, yeah. That's how to do
Band
it.
shit.
Yeah, band shit.
Band.
Like, I have no clue how to mix, and, mixing's pretty hard, dude.
Yeah, I would admit I would assume it does. Yes. It is
I
a
know
key
bit.
element.
I know a bit about mixing, but I am not like into the state where I can do a full track and mix it.
Yeah. I would assume not.
Colton knows how though. Lucky actually knows how to do it, which damn, he's good at it.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
It is good.
Yeah.
I'm happy for him.
I'm
I'm also excited for your album, bro.
I'm okay, so actually I'm hoping to release one just by myself. No covers, it's just my own thing. But
You
like,
did say you played piano though.
Never.
You could do a piano.
I've never played piano.
Well, what instruments did you play? You used to play instruments as a kid. You told me that.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you know? I thought
Never
you said you
I never
piano.
played any like I've tried instruments, but it was never for more than like an hour.
Well, if you wanted to learn one, what would it be?
It would probably be piano because it doesn't. I don't need a pick to prevent my fingers from hurting. I don't. I
A
could.
pig doesn't hurt your fingers.
Yeah, and I know that like there's usually pianos just like in a bunch of buildings, so you can usually play it wherever it is.
Oh, you just want to be like that guy who just hops
No,
on
that's a cool advantage to it. But I genuinely, in terms
And
of
all
my
the girls
favorite
come in.
instruments, my favorite instrument is the violin, basically anything from the strings section, and then the piano. Like that from what it sounds.
violin. Ooh.
Yeah,
interesting,
violins are good.
interesting.
Anything with a string any song with a string section, it's automatically increased in how much I like it, just by a little bit, enough, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I gave up on learning violin back in 4th grade.
Don't,
so I'm
man.
good.
You shouldn't. You shouldn't.
No, but it was like, it was back in 4th grade. I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't like I'll never do it. It was literally like
Well, see,
I'm playing
gave
baseball.
up.
I don't need to do this.
No, but when I was like in 6th grade, I started taking guitar classes, and I gave up on that. And look at me now, I'm fucking doing power chords and shit, and I have my own electric guitar right here on my wall. So, you know, you never know. Maybe you'll just pick up a violin one day and you'll start playing and be like, whoa, this is actually cool.
I'll be playing the maddest shit. They call me the
You'll be
fiddler.
playing the raddest and the most radical shit ever, bro.
Yeah, dude.
But
Violin
actually,
freestyle.
I can actually see you playing traditional classic songs, and I would be honored to see you play that kind of shit.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, no, because you have the whole vibe of it. It's weird to say. You'd feel amazing and just.
Yeah, maybe. That would be something I'd learn probably, if anything, like starting next year. Like this is not my year to pick up.
Do you
something
have
new.
a piano at home?
We have not broken. We have one that has keys that doesn't work. We have keyboards, but nothing that like would fit the I don't know, the recommended quality to start learning. So, I mean, if I really wanted to get into it, I could help contribute to pay to having the piano we have repaired.
Would you have taken classes to learn that instrument, or would you prefer to self-taught?
I know Quinn's self-taught, and he does pretty good.
Playing instruments or the
Piano.
makeup shit?
What?
Oh, you're talking about he's self-taught about like the makeup thing or like the.
Oh, you mean makeup like the notes?
Yeah, but does he play an instrument? I didn't know
He
if
plays
played an
piano.
instrument. Oh, he plays piano. Okay.
Yeah, he plays piano. He's self-taught. He doesn't know the notes, like the charts, the sheets, but
Yeah, so see, that's exactly the same.
Right.
See, that's music theory, charts and everything, and a lot of people don't know that, including myself. The only kind of music theory that I have is for drums, and I had to because I learned drums while I was in an orchestra, and you have to know music theory in an orchestra. There's no orchestra that doesn't have a chart in front of them while playing. You're always gonna see like the chart stands, right? The easels.
yeah, no one's gonna memorize that.
Yeah, no one's gonna memorize shit because it's super complicated and everyone needs to be exactly at the same time.
Yeah, you're better off like reading it like you're programmable, like you're
Yeah. But I do read tabs, but I don't consider tabs like guitar tabs music theory because it's not like it doesn't tell you shit. It just tells you go up to that fret on the guitar and press this one. That's
Oh
it.
yeah, it's like
not
it's
a-
like
it's not
learning
like an
keys on a
actual, like-
piano.
Yeah, it's like if I give you like a chart, but instead of having notes, it's like an actual like picture of where to go.
Right. Yeah.
That's not music theory. That's just telling you what to do.
Yeah. I'm more likely to learn the keys on the piano than over like. I'm more likely to
it's
learn the
always-
keys than I'm
yeah.
more likely to learn music theory. Wow,
Yeah,
that took a while.
But I know what you mean.
Yeah, because
That's not just for piano and guitar. It goes for everything, like drums, like
yeah,
music. You don't again, for those who wants to start making music, you don't need music theory
and that's right.
to
Yeah.
start making music. Music theory is a great bonus, and I'm not even kidding. All right, it's not that I hate music theory. If you know about music theory, you're gonna make great music.
Mm-hmm.
But does that mean that you need to have it? Absolutely not. Music theory is a big bonus.
Yeah.
It's a big plus if you want. It's like something that you have that's like, ooh, nice. You
It's
have
the
that, but you don't need
DLC
it.
to being a
It's actually it's like a
artist.
good DLC of a game
Yes.
that you don't need to buy.
Yeah. It's like a DLC, but good.
That if you have it, good, and that's perfect. That's like because it actually helps if you do actually have music theory. It actually is gonna help you have a sense of logic in terms of your music production. It's like, okay, I need to do this, a crescendo, decrescendo, like a half note, full note, shit like that, right? It's gonna like help you doing that, but you don't need that. Like music softwares, they don't have a fucking music theory built-in functions besides from Logic Pro, but you know most of them don't. They're not made for music theory. They're just made for just messing around until you find something that's good and that you feel like it's good music.
Yeah.
But yeah. Wow, man. Look at the time. It's already midnight and like 12:32 a.m.
It is that time again.
I have
Yeah.
school tomorrow, bro.
It's a good thing I don't have class. I'm probably gonna go mow the lawn and do some more
Mow
cover
the
shit.
lawn. How long does that take you, by the way, mow the lawn?
Okay, so for the entire lawn, it takes 6 hours. So I'm not gonna be doing it like all in one day, and I don't usually do it all by myself. We have 2 mowers, but yeah,
Quinn knows how to do it?
yeah, everybody does by now. They're riding lawnmowers.
You should have a race.
Whichever way. Actually, I maybe I'll do that. Maybe next time.
Dude, if you actually film yourself, you and Quinn with a lawnmower race, I will be so happy, bro.
Yeah, maybe that's what I do tomorrow, and that's what I talk about next time.
Practice. You put a timer.
Yeah.
You just like time yourself. Be like, nice, 50 seconds less.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
And starts working on the lawnmower, like jacking it up with like extra pieces. I'm gonna change the spark plug or this muffler to make it sound more cooler and faster.
I'm gonna make the blades spin
I'm gonna change
slower,
the transmission and the oil gas or something like that. I'm not a mechanic.
like normal car stuff.
Yeah, but it's a lawnmower.
Yeah. Dude,
I imagine it's the one you drive, right? It's not the one.
yeah,
you
it's the
push.
one you literally ride on. It's a riding lawnmower, both of them.
You ride a lawnmower.
Yeah, you ride them. Yeah, they're big machinery.
Dude, I want to see you and Quinn race. That'd be so funny.
Yeah, I'll try to get him to do that. That'd be really cool.
He would say yes. I don't think he'll say no.
I don't think he would say no either. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna cut it off there, because I know you gotta go to bed.
I was about to say, yeah. I was about to say, thank you. I'll close it off since you started it.
That makes sense. Yep.
So thank you everyone who has been watching and listening to this episode, whether you're on Spotify or on YouTube.
And SoundCloud.
Again, sorry if the episode comes out a bit late. At this date, I don't know when this is gonna come out. Maybe like when would you say this is gonna be released?
Probably this week.
Probably this week, as this time of recording might be a bit later. Again, we couldn't do much, as I was in a blackout and my whole city was, so I couldn't really record shit. But now things are starting to get a bit better, so we should be able to get back to things as usual, 1 episode per week. But thank you everyone for watching, and bye.